Hey, good afternoon. Kathy Beatty here with Divorce Support Anonymous, How to Have a Breakthrough Christmas, day number 23. Thank you for joining me today. And for those of you who've been along the whole journey, thank you for the privilege of coming into your afternoon and your life and hopefully bringing you something of value, something to encourage you, to inspire you, to help you find truth. You know, I try to imagine where you're at right now, and there are so many different stories. I've heard them all in support groups that I've held over the past 15 years. I hear them in mediations that I hold, divorce coaching, all of those areas. I hear the stories of people, and they are varied. You're all in different stages and different places with your process, with your grief, with your moving forward with your life. So I try to imagine where you're at and try to hopefully give you a point or two, a thought that will be encouraging. So if you wonder why I kind of skip around to different ways, I review them afterward and I think, oh boy, that could be structured a lot better and that could be organized a lot better. But it is my attempt to reach where you're at, and not to have a bunch of cliches flying around or simply just slap a Bible verse on something to make it more profound. I honestly try to think where you're at and what your worries are and what your concerns are and the pain that you have in going through the process of divorce, your first Christmas, the pain in your life of trying to discover, where do I go from here? Oh, goodness, friends, I know that feeling from my own experience, and I know that feeling from having worked with so many of you. I want you to know, if nothing else, this journey, this part, this awful transition is going to pass. You are going to move forward. You are going to get some stability. You are going to flourish again. How do I know that? Because you are taking the time to watch this video. Many of you have purchased my books, which are very inexpensive. You've come to my support groups. You've come to my Facebook Lives, all yearning for hope to move forward, a bit of truth that you can hold on to move forward. And that is my prayer, that you have found that through this series and also through my other work. So today I want to talk about something's mounting, something's building, because here we are, the 23rd of December, a few days before Christmas, and all the expectations and all that we want to do and provide and have. And it's all in this big mix, really, of where we're at. So we may have anxiety right now. We may have anticipation of something good to happen. We may have apprehension, fear, or we may have all three. We may have the AAA syndrome. We may have the anxiety, the anticipation, and the apprehension, all swirling inside of us in one big messy ball. And so, as many of us are dealing with that right now, I hope it's not you. However, if you're here with me today, it probably is you. So I want to ask you just a couple of questions to really calm you down and to help you step back, to think, to take those deep breaths, take that walk outside to clear your head, to get your mind straight. So, just a couple of questions. Are you taking small steps during this overwhelm when you're feeling this AAA syndrome of anxiety, apprehension, and anticipation? Are you taking small steps? Because if you look at too much, too far down the road, you're going to be overwhelmed and you're going to be paralyzed and not able to move forward. So, it's really helpful if you will take small steps when you are experiencing that. And then all of our feelings that we're feeling, again, that big messy ball of, um, of feelings. Are you questioning your feelings of what is really truth and what is really those anxious thoughts, that self-sabotage that we may do, or just listening to the surroundings or our financial situation? All of that's a swirling. Are we questioning our feelings? Okay, wait, is this truth? Let me step back a minute. Is this really truth? Or is this what I'm feeling, just my anxiety? Is this what I'm feeling just because I'm overwhelmed? Because I'm not taking small steps at a time. I'm just trying to tackle it all. Are you questioning those feelings? Those feelings that question your value, that question um, your ability to be loved, all of those insecurities that we feel when we go through divorce and rejection. And then, of course, the question, are you finding something stable to hold on to? What are those stable things that you are holding on to right now? Is it good communication with someone who is a safe person? Is it your therapist? Is it your counselor? Is it your church? Is it your faith? Is it God Himself that you are digging into the Word and finding the truth to hold on to? Are you finding something stable to hold on to right now with all of this anxiety? And then, of course, for some of you, someone has been unkind to you. Maybe your former spouse, maybe your children, because they're hurting and they lash out. Are you feeling dejected and rejected because someone is being unkind to you? Well, where do we go with those feelings? We can easily take them in. We can easily punish ourselves, beat ourselves up because we feel like we're not enough. One of those lies that we're believing, that we're not enough. Where can we go? Where can we go to that? One of the places, I'm going to encourage you to go to Psalm 31, NIV, an easy read version. This is a psalm when David was being attacked by his enemies, and he was seeking the Lord and finding that all the world was crashing in upon him. And I don't know if he was in a cave hidden right now during this psalm. I didn't research it that thoroughly, but he was in hiding somewhere, and he knew that enemies were out. Not only they didn't like him, they were wanting to kill him. So he knew the feelings of rejection. And yet, even in those feelings, he started to question what was truth. What was the truth of what he was thinking? And he found that which was stable to hold on to, which was God Himself. So I encourage you to read Psalm 31 because you're going to be able to relate to a lot of it. I had it pulled up on my phone. See if I can grab it up here, just to review, because it was, no, I put it down. So, and I meant to grab a quote from it, but let me just encourage you, find, and if you don't have a Bible, it's not that complicated. Grab your smartphone, Psalm 31. Watch me. Psalm 31. And it will come up. By the magic of our iPhone, it'll come up and we will have it right there. In Thee, O Lord, do I put my trust is one of the first scripture that comes up. So as you are feeling that anxiety, as you feel that you're feeling rejected, dejected, and having all those crazy feelings, go to Psalm 31. Review what David said. And then there's another psalm that I would like to encourage you with, and that's Psalm 34:5. The entirety of it is, I sought the Lord, and he answered me. He delivered me from all of my fears, and those who look to him are radiant. Their faces are never covered with shame. When we truly do seek the glory, the goodness of God, it does reflect to us. We do become changed. Their faces are never covered with shame. The angel of the Lord encamps around those who fear him, and he delivers them. So, however you're feeling, and the tensions are mounting, and the anxiety can be engulfing us, question your feelings. Take small steps. Find something stable to hold on to. Move forward into the days of Christmas, knowing that you're not alone, that there is a stable place to go to through this time of anxiety.